On my 15th birthday, I was given this book, and it has piqued my interest ever since. It documents and showcases 100 different mechanical machines, from salt shakers to steam locomotives. And me being the Paul King movie fan that I am, I very much like it. And me also owning quite an extensive LEGO collection, I thought to myself, what if I built every single machine out of LEGO? So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video. Building all 100 machines out of LEGO and documenting the build process to you all. I do hope you'll enjoy, so sit back and relax. We're gonna begin today's machine extravaganza with a simple ramp. Just an inclined plane, nothing more to say. Next, we have a wedge that I'm gonna use to lift up this heavy weight. Very easy. Next, we have a corkscrew, and it is gonna be placed on these axles to create a worm gear. Very nice. Up next, we have a lever, using a mechanical advantage to lift tires. Next, we'll have a gear ratio, showing how bigger gears make smaller gears turn faster when driven by them. Nice. Next, we're gonna have a simple wheel and axle, one of the most common but most useful machines. Next, a version of the wheel and axle called a pulley, which involves a rope. Running the rope through multiple wheels creates a mechanical advantage, which makes it easier to lift up a weight. Now we have a water wheel. For this mechanism, I'm going to be using a turntable alongside these curved window pieces, which can act as blades. Next, we have an Archimedes screw, made by an old guy from like millions of years ago. It can be used to move a ball. We've all seen the science exhibits. Next, we have a, what are these things called? Damn it, I had it before. Thread weaver? I don't know. Next we have a windmill. You can see me blow at it here. Yeah, it works fine. Potter's wheel, used for making pots. We use a sideways building technique to make the flywheel. Going on an axle around a wooden frame. This will spin a pot round so you can carve it into the shape you want. Pretty cool. Up next, we have a crane, using the same turntable piece, a large Technic frame. Again, we'll move some heavy tires. Next, we have a plow, used for making grooves to grow crops on. Now we're going to build a printing press, invented by Gutenberg. This one obviously doesn't work because of the scale. Wheelbarrows can be made pretty easily by just a crate and some wheels. Works pretty well. Now this is a trebuchet. This design actually comes from the LEGO Creator 3-in-1 castle set from a couple years ago. But it works wonderfully, as you can see. There we are. Similar to a trebuchet is a catapult, which can also be made very easily. Especially since LEGO makes a specialized piece made just for this, complete with a turning point in the axle as well. After that, we can make a set of bellows, and to make it actually work, I'm going to connect a LEGO pneumatic pump. Next, we have a pendulum clock. Obviously, this can't work as well, but I did incorporate the swinging pendulum function into it with this simple mechanism. This mechanical calculator was designed by the YouTuber 2-in-1 Bricking. I recommend go check out his channel. It's very good. I'll leave a link in the description. A surveyor's wheel can be made quite easily. I like to say easily, but I don't know. With a worm gear and this white piece used to be a dial. Each rotation of the dial equals 2 meters. For a submarine, I use this Lego wind-up piece that spins when you wind it up and press the button. If you connect a propeller and wind it up, it will go. Very nice. We can make a butter churn using some of these barrel pieces around a round 4x4 brick. Next is a coffee grinder, and can you believe that these were what coffee grinders used to look like? It's crazy how fashion and design has developed over the years. Next we have a wine bottle opener, or a corkscrew. This uses the same worm gear piece as well. We can make an egg beater using a bevel gear, 2 bars as prongs, and a large gear. Next, we have a meat grinder, what they'd used to use to make sausages. I use the same worm gear piece as well. I'm getting a lot of use out of them. Works fine, just a crank. Cheese press, I don't really know what those are for. It's also quite easy to build a mechanical scale with a rubber band to help keep the tension on the dial. It can also be used as a forceometer. Next, we have a pasta maker. I'm using some 2x2 round bricks and some gears to create that. Yes. Next, we have a beer engine used for pouring some nice pints. Now we have a pepper grinder. I personally hate pepper, but yeah. A soda siphon, kind of the same thing. Yep. Some walnut crackers. Yep, I can say that I do love walnuts. Now we have a can opener. One of my cat's favorite items in the household. Yep, works just like a real one, using a 3x3 disc. A lathe can be made with some gears and a frame made of bricks. We use another gear ratio to make it spin fast. Typewriter, this was like kind of difficult to make, but I'm really happy with it. You may see that when you press on the keys, the hammer goes up and down. This is achieved with a nice lever mechanism. We now have a paper guillotine. My school used to have a bunch of these. Yep. A sewing machine. I use a cape piece to represent a piece of fabric. A hydraulic press using a linear actuator. Works pretty well. Rivet maker. I don't really know how these things work, so I just made a random machine thing. But yeah, it's pretty satisfying actually. A rivet press. Pretty cool. A letterpress. And a brilliant cut machine. These were used to cut glass and to catch all the shards that come off using a chain. A wheel cutter. Yep, there's that. Pretty simple. A scaife used for polishing diamonds. Works fine. A pharmacist pill roller. Okay, these are getting really random. Circle cutter. An engine crane used for lifting up engines to work on. A cork press. Yeah. Book binding machine. Can we just appreciate the craftsmanship on this? a mechanical gyroscope. This is quite cool. Uses a motor and a flat round piece to create a flywheel, and it'll always stay up due to the laws of centrifugal force. Quite satisfying. A seismograph, a telegraph, another satisfying mechanism. Next up we have a wristwatch. Again, this does not work, it's just a replica, but looks pretty realistic. Somewhat, not really. A dental drill can be created with a small gear ratio and a Harry Potter wand. It's the drill. Steam engine. Now this is quite nice. We just appreciate the simplicity and elegance of this mechanism. It's based off a beam engine. Next up, we have a steam locomotive. This is the Union Pacific Big Boy, a 4884 steam locomotive and one of the largest in existence. This was a kit I bought off Temu for $80, which I think is pretty good for what it is. It's pretty nice. Next up we have a boat propeller and rudder. That's what that looks like. Now we have a barber's chair. And I know you're gonna say it, so here we are. Next up, we have a cash register, used for taking in money, and an elevator. One of the easiest ways of going upstairs without using any energy. And an escalator, a somewhat more lazier way. Next up we have a braille printer. I've used 3x3 plates with studs placed on top. Place a piece of paper in between and press down, and it indents the braille into the paper so you can feel it. I had to make 26 of the plates. You can make a cow milking machine using some pneumatic hoses, a mechanical pencil sharpener like this, a ticket printing machine using a mechanism that I got from the YouTuber Lego Paradise. It's very nice. And this is a time recorder, or a bit of like sort of an inefficient one. Like you have to wind it all up and then it accelerates, which I know is not a good way of recording time, but I mean it does what it's supposed to do, kind of. Let me know if I should update this, make it better. Has a big flywheel on the back. We can have a Cambridge roller, like this, used for plowing land. Now this is a pump jack, used mostly in deserts for pumping oil out of the ground. I feel like I've captured its movements quite well. Now we have the Ford factory conveyor belt. The Fords were like the pioneers of like automating car manufacturing. So I've done this with a tool on a arm, working on an engine block. Next up we have a fiddle drill, used for evenly distributing seeds on farmland. Works like that. Now we have a candy floss machine. I don't really know how they work, but yeah, but this one does, so yeah. Now we have a popcorn maker. Just load it up with some 1x1 studs to represent the popcorn, and press the lever on the back to pop them up and down. Now we have a bathing machine, used to get people to the water's edge to conserve their modesty, let's say. A test your strength machine that definitely is not a scam, even for humans. And a fortune teller machine. Use a minifigure inside to be a fortune teller. Next we have a pinball machine, which I somehow made very hard. Like, I feel like I should have made the pins a bit longer, but too late now. use rubber bands to create the tension again. Next up, we have a carousel. This was the Christmas carousel from a couple years ago that LEGO made. It was an exclusive set, using some simple bevel gear mechanisms beneath. A mutoscope can be made somewhat with a stand and some round pieces. You'd look through this little hole in it and turn the crank to see a film being played for a small fee. This is a pedal car. I made it to look like an old 1920s style car. Next we have a music box, the one that plays the FNAF song. A book vending machine. This was another design by Lego Paradise. I'll leave a link to his channel below as well. It's a very cool design. You use the rubber band on the back to push out the books whenever you press the button. A pedal boat can be made using some inverted slopes and pedal mechanism and propeller piece. A soapbox racer can also easily be made using a rope piece to steer it, and alongside a turntable piece. For a roller coaster, I made a track section and some roller coaster cars. This is a Ferris wheel from that one Lego Monkey Kid set. It's a pretty cool design. Holds 6 people at once. Now we have a hand drill. This is much similar to the egg beater I made before. A carpet cleaner. A powered vacuum cleaner. Next is a dishwasher. Have the doors on a hinge mechanism so we can open it up and see the dirty dishes inside. Here we have a car jack using another worm gear mechanism. And a 4-bar linkage, I believe. Correct me. A lawnmower as well, used for cutting lawns. A gramophone can be made with a small gearbox inside to turn the record on top. This is a bicycle I made. Tried to make it custom. A clothes mangle using 2 tube pieces and 2 gears. Looks just like the real thing. You can see that you can also put a Lego fabric piece, like a cape, through it and it'll wring it out. There's an exercise bike and a rowing machine. And our final machine, we have a treadmill using some Lego chain link pieces from a tank set. And with that, we come to the end of our journey and this tale of machines. I do hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and this video will always be a reminder of the accomplishments man has made over the years. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a bunch, and this being my first video, it would be really nice. There's nothing more to say. Goodbye.